Good morning, good morning. This is Miss JJ, Jacqueline Richardson, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. I hope everyone is having a good day. I messed around and caught me a cold, being in the air condition. And I always get summer colds. It's just been between my allergies. You see me sometime walking around with a jacket, and people wonder why. When I go to work and I go into the different stores, environments with air conditioning, it affects me, so I catch a cold. And here we go again, another summer with a summer cold, and it kills me. But anyway, I wanted to kick it with y'all today. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's staying free from the corona, still keeping that mask on. I see a lot of people out there, especially down here in Charlotte and on social media. I'm seeing people not wearing their mask. And it's just not safe, people. I want y'all to get it. I mean, what they say, what's that saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And that's true. But, sometimes y'all have to think, and it's showing us, like, even before the corona, how you're getting people's germs in your face when you're talking to them. You know what I mean? And how far these germs can go. So when you're talking to your friends and they all hype and loud, all their germs and DNA is going all over you, and they're showing us this. So I don't get it how y'all don't get it. But that's not why I'm on the podcast today. I just had to throw that out there because I just want to remind y'all, of what y'all doing. But I wanted to talk about I see so many artists out here, podcast artists, DJs, that should be pro, and they're choosing to stay local, and I just don't get it. And I want to explain something to y'all regarding some of these distributors. Okay. And I had to learn this myself. I went through this. So I'm not telling you something that I didn't go through. And y'all know I always try to keep things based on me and what I've experienced so I can tell y'all. So that way y'all can have some type of outlook on what to do with y'all things. You know what I mean? And then y'all may learn some things that y'all can teach me. However, okay, when I first started doing music, I became a Google artist. Okay. And I paid a fee. And Google supplied my UPCs and they supplied my IRSC codes, okay, which is very important in the music industry, okay? And then you got some people that will charge you arm and a leg for these things. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean an arm and a leg, okay? You got some places that'll charge you almost $800 for IRSC code, okay? So with that being said, I offered a package to a lot of you artists that can help y'all get started, okay? And the reason being is because there are a lot of good artists out here and you need to be heard. Why do you want to stay local when you have the music to become a big hit artist? And this is what puzzles me. I want to tell you a little bit what I went through with Google Play. They were wonderful to me. Don't get me wrong. Okay. But when it came down to me sharing, okay, I have a DJ. Now, when I release music, and I want y'all to understand this, how this goes. And they put it in movies for us to see it. Like for the DJs, they promoted the DJs in Juice. Okay. I don't know if y'all seen the TV show, what's the name of it? It's on Netflix, and it's about the DJs and the music artists. I forgot the name of it. Y'all know I'll be forgetting stuff. But anyway, what they were showing in these movies was how to protect yourself, you know what I'm saying, or who you really are. You could be the dopest artist or dopest DJ, but you just local. Okay, so you really not doing nothing. Of course, the people in your hometown is going to love you, okay, because that's where you live. They see you every day. But do the people outside of your hometown, can they grab that love and hold on to it as well? You know what I mean? And this is where you know how you stand and what you have to change about not only you, but maybe your style or your look or whatever the case may be, to be in the music industry, really be in the music industry. Now, I want to tell y'all what Google Play did to me. Now, I was getting ready to put my stuff into the ASCAPs, and I asked Google Play for my UPC and for my IRSC, because you got to have these things. You got to have the IRSC in order to put your song in ASCAP. There's no way getting around it. They're not accepting it. It's not going to go to the next page if you don't have it. Okay, so you got to have these things. So they wouldn't give it to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, but this is my song with my voice. Why won't you give me the codes that you applied to make this this single live? Why? I just couldn't get it. Okay? So I had to do my research, and then I had an issue with my power song. Okay, a lot of people thought that power song belonged to 50, and it does not. It belongs to me. It's a remake of Justin Bieber, and oh God, I forgot his name too. How am I forgetting these people's names? But anyway, and we put our own flair to it. Okay, and I had changed my mind after I distributed it. Okay, I said, you know what? These people don't want to give me my IRSC codes, and they don't want to give me UPCs. I'm done with them. I'm going to shut this down. So I deleted it. So there was no way for me to pull that song back. And then they went on ahead and released it. Okay? So I couldn't pull that song back. And I was so angry. I was like, why did they do this? So when you go to my artist page, it would be there. But if you go to my inside artist page where I release my music, you couldn't find it. Okay? So there was no proof of me owning the song. It had no proof of who owned the song. So when they decided to go third party, that was a benefit for me. That's why I said God moves mountains for you. If he knows that your heart is pure, God will move mountains for you. I sat and I waited. And I was still trying to figure out how to get my own song back. Okay. And I'm like saying to myself, I just don't know what to do. Should I get a lawyer? I'm going to pay a lawyer over a song. And then these lawyers be robbing you blind. You know what I mean? I got a family to take care of. I'm not dishing out $800. I'm going to talk about lawyers in the music in a minute as well. But I'm not dishing out $800 for you to make a call to Google and release my song. You know what I mean? It's got to be another way. So I kept praying on it. And God moved that mountain. They sent out, we going third party. When they did that, it took the whole song off the platform. Okay? Now, I still had the song, and I could have re-released it somewhere else, but then that would have been a duplicate. Okay? So you see where you come in as things being duplicates as well. So now I'm saying to myself, oh, God, I don't want it to be a duplicate. I want it to be the original track. So I couldn't do anything. I had to sit and wait, and God handled that for me. So I was able to re-release that song. And it never left the Google platform. The actual song wasn't there to be played, but my album was still there. I was there, and they was able to still see who the owner was. But people don't pay attention. They don't read. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm still a little sleepy, y'all, and I'm still trying to get myself together. But anyway, I'm sorry about yawning. But anyway, that's where I went wrong. Instead of just waiting it out to see what Google was going to do with the track, I just went on ahead and deleted it. And I shouldn't have did that. So here it is, 2 years later, a year later, and my song is back up, and I distributed it myself. And that's the purpose of having your stuff in ASCAP or BMI. So that way they can always refer back to there to see who is the actual owner of that song. Now, when it comes to Egypt, if you'll notice, Egypt was in that song. She was 5 when she recorded that song with me. And Egypt is young, okay? There's only certain states that a child can make music in, okay? Legally, okay? Now, yeah, we see all these kids making music all over YouTube. And majority of the time, it's not legal, okay? The children have to have working papers and be hooked up with an entertainment company in order to make music, okay? To even be on TV shows, okay? To do shows, okay? Other than that, they have to be a volunteer, okay? And it took me a long time to recognize that. Now, as a parent, I have to cover her until she's 18, her 18th birthday, then she can get her own ASCAP, and then I can transfer all her work to her. Now, listen, what I'm saying to you. I can transfer all her work to her. Meaning, she will still own or have a share in each song that she's made. Okay, when she gets 18, and she's only 11 right now. Okay, and she has working papers for the state of North Carolina. Okay, which makes her a pro artist. Now, do y'all get it? Now, you got some grown people out here, and they're not pro artists, and they've been making music for years and years and years and years. There's channels that you have to go through in order to become a pro artist. Just because you get 1,000 likes and 2,500 views don't make you a pro. Okay? That's not the way it's done. Social media is just a marketing stream for people. But what are you marketing if you're not a pro? You shouldn't even be on there. And this is just my theory. Okay? And if you have that leverage, why wouldn't you want to be a pro? I don't get it. And I see some great artists out here, great DJs out here, and they refuse to become a pro. And I'm just not getting it. Oh, are you waiting for a label to pick you up? Well, keep waiting, because ain't nobody signing nobody. Okay, unless you have millions and millions and millions of views. Okay? And streams. It's just not going down today no more. Okay? You have, I thought Megan Thee Stallion was signed. She wasn't even signed. Okay? So she had her own stuff. She just used the other companies as her marketing tools to help her get bigger. Okay? So, y'all have to learn these channels. And I watch a lot of artists on Facebook, especially from my hood. And I be looking at them and I'm saying like, yo, come on. What is wrong with you? You're looking real stupid right now jumping around on this video, and you're not a pro. Your music is not going to go nowhere but local. And it might get some airplay on YouTube. So, I'm just trying to help my people and teach them how to get this done for themselves. Okay, not everybody's going to jump on that. But those that are serious about their career and call themselves a rapper, pop artist, music artist, rock star, whatever you are, you're going to take the proper channels to become who you need to become. And stop wasting your time, because that's what you're doing. You're wasting your time if you're not a pro artist. Okay, if you look at it as a hobby, I understand. Okay, keep throwing the music out there. If you want to sell your music, whatever you want to do, because it's just a hobby, I get it. But even some of the hardest rappers out here, they're pro artists. I have a friend in Maryland. He used to always win the, oh, geez, I can't remember all these names. You know, when they do the battles, they used to always win for like 5 years straight. He came back to Maryland with 10 grand because he won the battle. And I was so proud of him. But he was a pro artist. So you see the benefits and the perks of being a pro artist? Even when you shouldn't have won, you might win because you're a pro artist. You're already a pro. So they're going to respect the pro more than they respect the little man. Okay, so, I mean, I just want y'all to be successful at what y'all do. And I just get tired of seeing y'all out there, just out there, you know. And I want to also explain to a lot of people, like one guy was on Instagram the other day, and he was like, damn, you got to be dead for people to listen to your music. No, you don't. And I explained that to him as well. No, you don't. Because if you're a pro artist, you send your music out to DJs. If a DJ like your music, oh, they're going to spread it throughout the DJ nation. Believe it. Okay? Because I'm one to tell you. I have over, I would say about 50 DJs in my contact list. That every time I drop a song, those DJs get my song. Okay? And I already knew this, okay, but it was confirmed when I watched the movie. And I was like, yeah, if the DJs choose your music, because that's how it used to be back in the day. When I would go to the club, they'd be like, oh, I got something new I want y'all to hear. And if we jammed off of that, they kept playing it every week. And that's the way it goes. Now, you're not going to have every DJ to say that they like your music. But guess what? If all the other DJs is playing it, they're going to have no other choice but to play it. And that's the way it works. Okay? The DJs are the top of the line in the music industry. So that's why we need to respect them. Okay? But I really dislike some of these DJs because you're a hot DJ and you don't want to become a pro and stand for who you really are. You understand what I'm saying? You're shortchanging yourself. And it kills me. Like, okay, we know who you are. Okay, we respect who you are. Okay, you run around with the pros, but you don't want to be a pro. I don't get it. So, you know, this is just my theory of what people should be doing. And like I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You know, I can offer it to help, but I don't want to hear people saying, nobody helped me. That's why my music this. So this is why I haven't gotten there. Oh, they was given a silver spoon, and that's why they made it. Or, oh, they got to be down with Illuminati. No, it's not none of that. You have to take your steps to become who you want to be. And that's just the bottom line. Okay? I mean, people are going to think what they want to think. But the reality of it is, if you don't take the steps to become who you want to be, you will never be it. And that's just the bottom line. And that's with anything. Even when you go out looking for a job, they say hiring, and you choose to go in there and fill out the application and go for an interview. And then they decide whether they want you or not. Well, the music industry want a lot of people that they see out here. And they endorse a lot of people that they see out here. But if you don't take the steps to become a part of the music industry, you will never be a part of the music industry. And that's just what it is. Okay? So, yeah, you might have gotten big shows, but you're still not a pro. You might have experience, but in the music industry, to them, you're not a pro because you haven't took the steps to become a pro. So that's what you need to know. And I hope a lot of y'all, after this podcast, I hope a lot of y'all think about your careers and think about where y'all want to go. It's not always about the money. It's about having the status that you deserve. Okay? That's what it's about. The status. Being able to be called up because the people really love you in other states, maybe even in other countries. You know what it's like to get a call or an invitation to another country that want to see you perform? Do y'all know what that feel like? No, y'all don't, because you're not a pro. And in order to get that, you have to be a pro. And even for the people that work at radio stations, they be out here doing parties locally. Yeah, you might get a pro artist to endorse you, but it don't mean nothing if you're not moving. If that artist didn't physically hire you to run with them, it don't mean anything. And believe me, if that artist hire you to be with them, you're going to sign some paperwork. That's just what it is. In order for you to get paid. And then the IRS is going to ask you, well, how you got paid? They don't want to hear you did a DJ thingy. They have a spot for music industry that they can refer back to. If you have royalties, it's a spot on the IRS form that say royalty for the music artists. That's legal. That's pros. Okay, so even the IRS is rocking with us. So I say that to say, get it together if you really want this to be your career. And that's just all I want to say to y'all. And I'm here to help. Like I said, I put out a package to help some of the people get in and get started until you get your monies right and you're able to do things on your own. My company is a starter company. Okay, we get you going. And once we get you going and they like you out there, then that's when big companies like The Rock and Interscope and different places like that is going to review you because they know that you already been disciplined, because they get tired of hiring people that's not disciplined, people that's not doing what they supposed to do. They know that you're lazy or you just really don't want this. You just did it because it was the trend or whatever the case may be. They know. Okay, because they're watching. People are watching every day. Especially when somebody endorses you. So if you don't want to be endorsed, you shouldn't be on social media for these big companies to watch you and watch your attitude. And watch how you doing things. Because they're watching. Sometimes you could be as big as I don't know what, and they still won't sign you because of your attitude. So it's something y'all need to think about, And I am, like I said, I'm that starter company. They gave me, and that's my industry family. They gave me that right and power to be that starter company to see how these guys will really act before they start giving out big deals. Okay? So that's where I'm in line at. When I first got into the industry, this is what I asked for. I wish I didn't. And I'm going to be honest with you. But if I would have knew what I know now, I wouldn't have. I would have just said I'll be a music artist. Okay? But when I got into this industry, I asked all my peers and coaches while they was endorsing me. I said, well, I want to be a music artist, but I want a label. Well, I put my foot in my mouth, okay, because it's not easy work, okay? Believe what I tell you. It is not easy work. I told people, and I don't know if I told y'all on my other podcast, I lost the middle of my hair, the hair in the middle of my scalp, in the middle of my hair, my head, from scratching it. Okay? Because my brains was it's so much work. So I would sit up there and be scratching it until all the hair came out in the middle of my head. And I said, what's going on with me? I couldn't understand. I thought my body was going through something. I went to the doctor, and I'm saying to the doctor, like, can you take all the tests, everything, please? Because I need to know what's going on with me. And I was stressed out. I was just going through so much. And then my tests come back from at the doctor, and they're like, well, ma'am, you're perfectly healthy. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And I'm like, but the top of my hair is coming out. That was all stress because I was trying to learn the business. Okay? Scratching my head, making calls, Googling stuff, reading on stuff, watching other people. And it was just, my brains was just like, ooh, it just took too much, you know? And then I laughed because I said, I'm going to take a break for a minute. And I started doing home care. And one of my clients said, you know, Jackie, you need to utilize your brain every day. You know, and she was one of those that was on a health kick as well. And I said, listen, I think too much as it is. You know, but she don't know what I was going through with the music and trying to get things going. And, you know, but I told her, I said, I don't want to think. You get to a point in your life where you just don't want to think because you're thinking too much. And that's how I was building this label. And I mean, a lot of people in the industry are so proud of me, you know, and I get endorsed a great deal. And I'm thankful. Shout out to all y'all. I don't want to run down names because I'll be and forgot somebody. And there's a lot of y'all out there that endorse me on the regular. And I love all of y'all from the music industry to the TV. You know, I love you guys, you know, for all the endorsements y'all give me, you know, saying that, hey, I'm the one, you know, and I thank y'all, you know, but I also put in a lot of work, you know, and that's another thing. You can't think you're going to throw out a song and then throw some pictures up on Instagram and think you're going to get a hit. It don't work like that. You have to market. You market yourself. You hire a marketing team, or you can have a team to help market. You know, people also pay me to market. You know, you'll see me out here rhyming somebody else's song or just doing a video with their song or whatever the case may be. And that's because either we doing a fair trade, and that means they're doing work for me and I'm doing work for them, or they're physically paying me cash to do what they need me to do. Okay, because they may not have the time, you know, so they'll pay me to do the marketing. And we also help each other when it comes to, you know, like there's people that I have songs with. When I see them come down the stream and it's something good, I'm going to share it, you know, and that's just called giving love. You know what I mean? However, but on a everyday note, you know, people are being endorsed every day about the things that they do and how they do it, you know, and we love each other in the music industry, and we hope that the fans continue to love us. However, even when our fans decide they don't want to love us no more, we share each other's fans, you know, and that's what we do to keep us going, you know, keep the love going. But y'all have turned this industry into, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to call it. It is not the same as it was back when I first came in the industry, when I was in college back 30 years ago. No, yeah, 30 years ago. It's totally different now. And y'all have to understand the way things work, you know, because they will, Banks says it best, put you on the wall of other music. You know, shout out to Lloyd Banks, and y'all remember to go check out Cadillac. That's me, Miss JJ Diamond, featuring Banks, Lloyd Banks. Yeah. He made a statement, you will be on the wall of other music. You know, they're constantly trying to tell y'all, some of y'all are hot. But if you're not a pro, you're going to be on the wall of other music. Okay, other music, because that, they ain't even a pro. We don't have time to be getting all of this paperwork and getting this and that and this because their music can't play out of the country. We got to get this for him. They too needy. Okay? You don't want to be the needy guy. You want to be the ready guy. Who says I'm always ready? In one of the songs, I forgot. One of the artists made a song. A couple of artists made a song saying I'm always ready. You got to be ready because you never know when that call going to come. And you got to have all your paperwork and your stuff together. You never know when an artist is going to call you up and say, hey, I want you to jump on my track. But if you not ASCAP or BMI ready, you can't jump on a track. It's just a song on, what they say, on a wall of other music. Shout out to On P from Cortland. I don't really know him. I know his family. But he's pro-ready. Okay? I just wanted to throw that out there, I listen to some of his music, but he's pro-ready. And that's how y'all have to be, pro-ready. You never know when that big chance is going to come for you. When it's your turn. Because I'm going to say it again, it's 1.8 million of us around the world. Okay? So, that chance may come if you constantly working and building your fan base and building your brand. Okay? The other thing I wanted to touch base on is, I forgot that quick. Ooh. Forgot y'all. But, being that I forgot, I guess it wasn't that important. And we're going to conclude this podcast, but I just wanted to let y'all know who Miss JJ Entertainment is. Okay, now y'all remember, I'm still an artist though. Okay, I'm actually the top selling artist on my label. Okay, even with 50 on it. Okay, I outbeat 50 on my label. Okay, now I ain't outbeat 50 on, in the game. But on my label, I outbeat 50. So yeah, I feel good. Because 50 is an all-time star. You're a little crazy, but he's an all-time star. So yeah, I feel good about myself. Damn right I do. But I've also had some help. I had help from Banks. He helped me out. And I have a few songs out there that people just like. And them sales keep coming in. So I'm thankful. Right now, the top selling song is still Pop Your Pum Pum. Number 1 spot is coming up all behind it. And that's just talk about my sales. Okay, I can't talk about Nate Heights sales because he gets his sales. He don't get all of them. I get some of them because I distribute some of them. He distributes some of them, but they're still in ASCAP. And I can refer back. We still own our IRSC codes and our UPCs. Okay. So I don't always get all his numbers. But I do get some of them and I get my numbers. And I'm going to just be honest with you. There's songs that Nate Heights has beat me out of, but overall, I've done very well, and I'm thankful, and I'm supposed to be thankful. I thank God that people was able to receive me and listen to my music at my age, because I think like back in the day. So, the stuff that's going on today, the music, the young music, that's for the young kids. And I couldn't understand how they was receiving me. The young kids, they still received me, even though I'm older. And I'm like, wow, that's deep. And then we still have a lot of older people out here, too, that understand what I'm talking about. So I was blessed to be received in the industry, especially at my age. So I'm thankful. Sometimes I talk some mess. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time I try to do fun songs and love songs. Not love, totally love, but teaching, trying to teach within in the song some way, somehow. That's just who I am. And sometimes I talk about my life in songs, and I do write my music, but I get tired of writing my stuff, my life, so I be wanting other people to write for me, sometimes too. So, it makes it easier, all you got to do is learn it versus sitting down writing a whole song, but people appreciate it better when it's you, and I do notice that. But yeah, y'all really need to come over to the side if you feel like this career is for you. I would never leave the music industry. I would fall back sometime. I would take a break. But I've physically been in the music industry for over 30 years. I just wasn't a pro. Okay? So now that I'm a pro, and I understand it a little bit better, things work better for me, when people are able to Google you and see who you are and where you come from. And, sometimes people would just take to you just based on your story, So, it's something to think about, I meet music artists from all over the world, and shout out to Magic Mike. That's another one. Magic Mike is a DJ out of Canada, Oswego, Canada. I've never been up that far in Canada. I only been to Toronto. But with those people that go out, endorse me and market me, some of the bigger rappers, they'll tell people about me, and they will look me up and connect with me and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? And Magic Mike was one of those, and when he got in contact with me and said, hey, send me some of your music. I want to do an interview, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know this guy. He in Canada, but he was in Canada, but he was on a radio station in Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Y'all brought in most of my sales in the beginning, so I'm always love Atlanta. But yeah, just that one DJ marketing me in 2 different places helped me so much. Y'all wouldn't believe it, okay? And then that's when I start realizing that it's the DJs I need. So yeah, I start looking around for the DJs, seeing like who can I trust, who is for me, who is going to be there to push me when needed, to help me get to the top. And most of the DJs that I rock with, they've done their job because I wouldn't be getting sales. And I mean all around the world. There's a major artist out here. Shout out to her. She put me on to some DJs in Paris, and I was like, wow, that's what's up, when people actually look out for you, and say, hey, look at this one right here, or they may say, hey, well, who's hot in the cities now, in America now? And they may say, oh, well, look at this artist, even if they like other artists and those other artists is not as hot, or they feel like they're not going to come correct. They may point you out because they know that you're going to come correct and you're not going to embarrass them and embarrass our country. You understand what I'm saying? So it means a lot, people. It means a lot. And these are the things that y'all need to see. And y'all not going to get that if you're not a pro. Okay? You're not going to get those invitations or that love if you're not a pro. Yeah, they'll take a picture with you. What's a picture? But when they're trying to help you put money in your pocket and help you uplift your career, that means more. Okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there. And that's what I wanted to talk about. So it wasn't important because it came right back to me about the DJs, And shout out to Magic. Right now, he's on Chew. Chew. If you go to radio, in radio, what is it called? Hold on, let me get my other phone. And I want y'all to see how Magic Mike do things. Magic Mike, he is the best in the industry. I love him because if he feel that you hot, he gonna play your music and he gonna do interviews. He gonna help you get to where you need to be. You know what I mean? And he gets artists all over the world. Okay. Matter of fact, I was just looking at an interview he was doing with a guy from South Africa. Okay. And there's hot artists everywhere. Okay. You got to remember, he's in another country. So yeah, he could look at America, but then he going to look at Africa. He going to look at Paris. He going to look at UK. You know what I mean? He going to look at everybody, and see who's hot to be playing on his radio. Hold on. I just want to give y'all this real quick, so y'all can listen in to Magic Mike. And a lot of DJs, even, when we market Magic Mike, a lot of DJs have even stolen his, the way he DJ. Okay. You'll hear a lot of DJs here in America using his stuff. And, I get mad about it, but, it is what it is. That just shows that he's just that good. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to remember how to spell it. But y'all could, if y'all go on because I had it up here and my phone be losing everything. Sometimes it shuts down when we get Simple Radio. If you download Simple Radio, that's what I was trying to get at. Simple Radio, and you put in CHUO. Okay. Chew 89.1 FM. That is in Canada. And I've been rocking with Magic Mike for over 5 years now, and every time I drop a new song, he gets it. Okay? And let me tell y'all this. I remember the day, because some music he can't play for the American stations because they require certain things. Okay, like IRSW code. That's another one you gotta have. Okay, so he couldn't play some of my music. Atlanta was able to accept it, but when he get jobs for other American stations, they wouldn't accept it because he didn't have the IRWS code, and that's for your music to go live. Okay, on FM. However, when I gave him my codes, he was ecstatic. He was like, yay! He was so happy for me. He was like, my girl doing it. He was so proud of me. That was a wonderful day. When you see somebody proud of you because of something that you've upgraded your life in, and they wanted this for you anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, do what y'all gotta do. But anyway, Magic Mike is gonna be on Chew 89.1 FM tomorrow, between 2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. And he's doing some interviews today, and I thought I saw it today or last night. If you check on his Facebook page, and that's Magic with a J, MAJIC. And y'all check him out, because without him, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I'm just thankful, y'all. But I do want to say, I'm gone. It's the conclusion of this podcast. I love you all. This is Miss JJ, Jacqueline Richardson, Deja, Jackie, whatever y'all call me, the woman with a bunch of names. I'll see y'all soon. Love you all.